Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Today, we have another special mini-sode with Dr. Ali Mousavi, who's come and generously decided to share a little bit more about one of the sites from the Gazetteer. So, Ali, please tell us, what site have you chosen, and tell us whatever you would like to about why this site is important and why it is worth studying.
Today, I'm going to talk about the site of Pasargadi, or Pasargad, as the Iranians pronounce it. The ruins of Pasargadi are located in southern Iran, and they display the earliest manifestation of ancient Persian art or Achaemenid art dating from the 6th century BC. In fact, the location was symbolic for the Persians, as we are told by a number of classical sources, Greek sources mainly, because this is the place where Cyrus II, or Cyrus the Great, defeated Astyages, the last king of the Medes, in 550 or 549 BC. So this was a battlefield. And to commemorate that victory, Cyrus chose Pasargadi, or the plain of Pasargadi, to be his royal residence. Pasargadi was not a ruling or political capital, but a royal residence that continued to preserve its symbolic status even after the fall of the Achaemenids, way down to Middle Ages, I would say, even to this date. It's important because after Cyrus's conquest of Asia Minor, Sardis, the wealthy city of Asia Minor, or Greeks of Asia, he brought masons, stonecutters, and artists from this newly conquered empire, which is reflected in the eclectic nature of the site's constructions and structures. But Pasargadi, if you look at the landscape, is in fact a park furnished with monuments. So Cyrus built a big fortress on top of the highest hill overlooking the plain. And then in the plain, he built sort of scattered palatial buildings, at least two column halls, big column halls in stone, and then two pavilions. And then everything was organized around a fourfold garden. In fact, this is the oldest fourfold garden, or charbagh, oldest example we know from the site of Pasargadi. And as you may know, these charbaghs, or fourfold gardens, became extremely popular much later, for example, in Safavid Iran or Mughal India. I'm not saying that there was a direct connection between the garden at Pasargadi and those of, let's say, the Safavid kingdom, but this is the earliest example we have ever uncovered. So, and the site has a number of other monuments, like there was a stone tower, the exact function of which we don't know. And then further northeast, there was a place called the Sacred Precinct, in which there are two, let's say, stone plinths and a fire altar on top of a natural hill. Pasargadi is important in that, as I said, this is the first time we see a sort of a blend of two architectural traditions, Eastern, Persian, and Mesopotamian, and Greek. And this was a very successful marriage between the two artistic traditions. And this is the first time we see the extensive use of stone in Iranian architecture. Not that Iran didn't have stones, but they used mostly mud brick, and they built with mud brick. Here you have once again the use of stone for columns, foundations, floors, and even parts of the walls. But then the upper parts of the walls and superstructures were in mud brick, which is quite a light construction material. Pasargadi outlived Cyrus and the Achaemenids, and became a place of mystification and mystery for Middle Ages. And finally, the Tomb of Cyrus, that isolated building south of the plain, became the tomb of Mother of Solomon in Middle Ages and became a mosque. So medieval rulers of Persia, Fars at that time, built a mosque around the tomb of Cyrus, and there was a cemetery attached to the mosque. And this continued all the way down to early 1970s, when the ruins of the mosque were removed to make place to a platform.
Wow, this has been an incredible opportunity to learn a little bit more about an incredible site. So I would encourage anyone who wants to learn more to go to the Gazetteer and look up the site, check out some photos. We will provide one as a companion to this mini-sode. So thank you for joining us. And hopefully we will have another site coming in about another week. So thank you so much.
Legacies of Ancient Persia is a Pourdavoud podcast production, hosted and edited by Lexie Henning, with select episodes co-hosted by Marissa Stevens. Cover art provided by Hadley Leesman and original music by Brent Arhart. Established in 2017 as the premier research center for the study of ancient Iran, the mission of the Pourdavoud Institute for the Study of the Iranian World is to engage in transformative research on all aspects of Iranian antiquity, including its reception in the medieval and modern periods, by expanding on the traditional domains of old Iranian studies and promoting cross-cultural and interdisciplinary scholarship. Thanks for listening to our show. It's available to stream on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Pourdavoud Institute and at Pourdavoud UCLA, or visit our website pourdavoud.ucla.edu. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a 5-star rating and review us. For podcast inquiries or questions about the Pourdavoud Institute, please email us at pourdavoudpodcastproduction@gmail.com. We'll see you next time as we continue our deep dive into the legacies of ancient Persia.